live? Is it going? Is it going, guys? I feel like it's telling me to move the. Okay, so I feel like I have to. Okay, hold on, guys. Ooh, Lord. Okay. Okay, guys. I feel like. Hold up. Hold up. How do you do this? How do you do this? I'm trying to see, guys. Hold on now. Here we go. Guys, we are outside as you can see. So let me get this together so we can have a nice little. Okay, hopefully this stays. Hopefully this stays. Hopefully. Let me put my glasses on so I can really see. So I can see. Here we go. Guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Elizabeth from Elizabeth's Magical Garden, a magical garden reaching for the stars. So let's just get right into the topic. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe and hit that bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a video or go live. Number one, happy Father's Day to anybody that is a father who may be coming across this particular video or this live video. But the topic of this particular live is how can we use time to get what we want? How can we use time? Now, I'm sure a lot of people have heard that time is linear. There is no such thing as time. Then you have people that uh, only live by time and what it has to offer, doing everything that is known to life using time. But what about if we came from the aspect of using time to profess and get what we truly want out of life? And what do I mean by that? Number one, let me give you a couple of examples, if anything. When you are doing things in life, a lot of times, just in the mundane, we'll like go back in time in terms of like maybe something that happened in the past that made us happy, maybe something that was, how can I say, sad, that may make us relive the things that we don't want to relive, but because of the traumas that took place, we find ourselves rehashing. But when you come from a place of time and using that quality, once you find your thoughts being projected in a different type of way, you allow yourself to be the captain of your ship, right? And let me give you an example. If I'm thinking about something that happened maybe 5 years ago that was in for my best interest, and maybe my present moment is not giving me the vibes that I want to, I can always go back in time and use that thought process of what that specific thing, how did I feel? Why did it make me feel good? And bring it back into my present moment, which allows me to be aligned with the frequency that is necessary for me to be happier. And I have been doing this for years, and I just find that when I do that, let me take this hat off because I feel like I can. Okay, I got on a scarf, guys. So I just feel like when I get on that frequency in terms of feeling good and not allowing the present moment to dictate how I feel, it always manifests for my higher good. And I want you guys to understand that everything that you see right before you, everything that is happening is not necessarily the end all be all. A lot of times, I'm listening right now to 50 Cent's book. How it says, I think it's like How to Be a Hustler or Hustler Mentality. And he came up with this scenario in terms of when he was creating Power, the show Power, how when he first got the okay to produce that film, that series, he didn't get paid anywhere near what he was worth. But yet he still took the opportunity. And the reason why he did that, because he saw the vision. He saw this vision of what this new revenue of income can bring him. He saw the vision of what was possible. And like he saw, he was able to create such a revenue of income, not only for himself, but for the whole cast. And this is what I'm saying. And the reason why he was able to do that, because obviously he did that before, right? And this is what I'm saying about using time. You don't have to sit here and say, okay, well, I don't know how to do X, Y, and Z, so I'm not going to attempt to do it because I am not fruitful in that area. Just do it. Go after your dreams. A lot of people tend to focus on the current reality and make that into their future reality because, again, time is a concept that we all, hello, time is a concept that we all created and got constantly put in line with to create and continue having our current reality. Guys, be sure to hit that bell so you'll be notified, and also like and subscribe while you come in. Share this live. Check the links down below so you can be notified of all the things I have available. And I also want to say thank you in advance to all the people that has been donating as well. But okay, so using that time, how can you use the time to get what you truly want? How can you use your personal reality, whether you are at a job that you do not like, whether you are in a relationship, whether you anywhere that you find yourself in life right now in your present reality, how can you use this exercise to maintain a positive, coherent frequency that will allow you to manifest it in your present reality, using the past, using the present, and using your future, right? Because if you can, I always say, if you can close your eyes and you can see it, you can envision it. You can envision it. You can bring forth your present reality using time, right? There's times where especially if I'm in the shower, I can actually use that time. This is quiet, use it in a quiet space when I'm in the shower, whether I am alone, but especially in the shower, I feel like a lot of people, and you know what I'm saying, a lot of people tend to get more creative, going on a walk, being out in nature like I am right now, using that to create something into your present reality, which will birth more fluency in your life. You have the capability to do that. Hello. You have the capability to do that. You have the power. And especially females. We have, whether you had a child, whether you want to have a child, whether you ever thought or how many or not, or even not even thought of having any kids, you have, as a woman, the natural ability to birth things into reality. I'm gonna repeat that. As a woman, you have a natural re- you have a natural ability to birth present things that has not even been seen, into your present reality. I have my mom is staying with me right now. It's all our birthday month. My birthday just passed. Woo woo woo. My cash app is down below if you want to send a gift. But I told her my mother's going to be 74 years old, and I'm so grateful to have her and to be able to love on her, right? But I had some things happening this year. I had some construction being done in my place, and it was like I didn't know if the time was going to allow it to be here. Hey, hello. I didn't know if time was going to allow me to be able to love on her the way I wanted to. So, what I did exactly what I'm suggesting to you guys, which is I started manifesting. I started saying that the demolition was crazy, but I started going in my mind's eye and allowing myself to see things done in a timely fashion, seeing the prosperity, seeing myself being able to love on my family and give what I planned to give on the time that I wanted to have. And I tell you, once I came from that perspective, everything started happening. The guys started working faster. People started coming in to help, and it was done. This message is held for review. Okay, you know, it was done. It was able. Let me move y'all a little bit because I got y'all on this stand. um it was done, and now she's here, and I'm living the present reality that I saw for myself and for my family, and you can do it too. Again, especially as women, we have that capability. I know you heard the phrase, like, there's nothing like a woman scorned. There's nothing like a praying mother. Why is that? Because women hold life and death in their tongue. I mean, generally everybody does, but there's something about when a woman says something. There's something to be said about that. So know your power, know your divinity, know where you are in this linear time span. Don't allow your present reality to dictate the things or take you off your game. Let me see. Do y'all have any questions about what I'm talking about so far? Don't allow your present reality. If you have negative people around you, if you find yourself in a negative situation, because life happens. Sometimes, the poison can seep in, but if you already have this aura about you in terms of what you will accept and what you won't accept, you good. You good before you know you was good. Okay. You will be fruitful. You will flourish. You will be where you see yourself being. Don't allow your present situation to dictate it. I just find that anytime I came from that perspective, everything always worked for me. Even when things looked bleak, because I came from that perspective, I truly believe that I harnessed all the positive towards me, and don't be fearful of things not working out. Why are you figuring things like if you think it's going to work out, it's going to work out. If you think it's going to work out, it's going to work out. If you think it's not going to work out, 9 times out of 10, it's not going to work out because what people fail to realize, where the mind goes, the body goes. Okay. So when you scientifically put things in layman terms, like right now, I'm just putting, welcome. Okay. Right now, I'm just trying to read the chat, stay in contact with you guys. I appreciate everybody that's here. When you turn around and you allow yourself to come from a perspective that I'm discussing, it is really powerful. This is why I'm actually reading the Emerald tablet. I have I have listened to it before, a couple of times, but and use your senses. I listened to it a couple of times, but this is my first time actually reading it. And there's so much coding in it. And when you listen or if you read it, you can find that a lot of the ancient text is in a lot of religions right now. And this is why you find there is, quote unquote, a spiritual war going around now because people are being enlightened. People are seeing things from a new perspective. People are able to create on such a level that is like basically going back to when people were doing what I'm explaining right now, right? But because of the doctrine of a lot of, I'm gonna say corporations, because a lot of the churches right now tend to be well, they are a business because, and I'm not hating on the churches, you do you, right? But a lot of people are using churches as a one-stop shop. Meaning, what do I mean about that? Well, I'm going to go back into health, right? I'm going to correlate it with health. When you go to the doctor, right? I think it's safe to say that we can't just take what the doctors, I want to flash you guys. um, I guess we can't just take, I guess it's safe to say that we can't just take what the doctors' prognosis may be. Because remember, it's a collective thought in terms of the human anatomy, right? So if you are a woman and you come, they look at your body from a particular perspective in terms of what is how, what's that word I'm looking for? What is the I'm trying to get the word. What is the average, what is the average prognosis for whatever is being diagnosed for you? So when they see certain symptoms, they say, okay, so you're this, that, because you are this age, and around this age, you tend to go blah, 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 blah. Now, if you're a type of person say, okay, and you just take what the doctor says, you take what the doctor, the whatever's being prescribed to you, and that's it. It's not necessarily saying that the medicine won't work, but we all know it. What helps one thing affects the other. But how about if you do go to the doctor, you take what they say into consideration, you stay in contact, but you do your own research. You do your own research and you realize there's other things that can be done holistically, consistently, if consistently done, can cure or even diminish drastically your symptoms. Same things with the church. Yes, go get the word, learn, read, community. There's power in numbers too, and the churches know that, right? So if I'm a pastor and I have a collective thought and we come collectively and we are praying collectively, of course, people are going to get healed. Of course, people are going to receive because they're being fed through words, right? But you got to be careful with that because everything is not a one stop fit all. You should always go back and read and take in consideration other things before you make your final decision. Personally, I don't feel like there is no final decision because there's always more to learn, there's always more to grasp in terms of adding or subtracting, right? Because when you do that, you free your spirit and your mind to be able to create on such a profound level, right? Because there are a lot of things that's happening, and this is not a church batch, but I'm just saying, from my understanding and from what I know, people have ulterior motives, right? Everybody wants something. That is it wrong or right? No, because at the end of the day, you have the ability to accept or not accept what is being um, taught to you. But I just feel like because we live in a microwave situation where we just, everything is like we Uber Eats, we, everything is delivered. Don't even get me on the Amazon. It's comfortable. So why should I sit here and read and do all this, get all this knowledge when I could just go sit here, get what I got to get for maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours tops, depending on where you go, and then be good for the week. That's a thought. But if you are a seeker, if you know in your spirit, and I just feel like we all know there's more out there. We may not know exactly what it is, but because oh my god. Oh my god! He's lucky I like dogs. Hello? Does he bite? Guys, did you see that? Guys, I'm sitting here in the park and this dog just came and thought that I was like a cute little snack. Thank God I'm a dog lover. But that was good because I didn't even know he was here. I didn't even know he was here. But anyway, guys, sorry about that. But I'm in the park. It is a public space, so as you can see. But I just want to take you guys and do something different. But that was crazy, and he was so cute. He didn't even smell anything. But coming from a different perspective, and even with that happening to me right there on camera, I feel, and I get that a lot. I feel like because of the meditations I do, the things that um, I practice, animals, they know, they can feel things. They can know if you are a good person. They know if you are a negative person. I have a teacup Yorkie at home. His name is Benji, and I kid you not, I kid you not, he when somebody comes in, and I'm not a person that holds and have company a lot, but when somebody comes in, he always knows. Um, he'll bark. He always barks, but you can tell that he like after he barks, you can always tell that he gets calm because he realizes the person that is in our personal space is of good spirit. And babies are good like that too. That's why if you have a little kid and you walk on those and they start crying and they don't want to go to that person, don't force your kids to say hi. Come on. Don't force your kids, don't force your pets to like somebody that they don't like, because 9 times out of 10 they feel something that you don't, okay? Or maybe you don't want to see. But going back to the topic, this is why a lot of times you will hear a lot of old who's a speaker um, that I came about a while ago. There's a couple of old speakers, inspirational speakers, and then you would hear none come out of topic because I'm just saying this dog kind of threw me off my game a little bit. But what's his name? And I don't have a laptop, so I can't even look him up. But oh my God, I can't come. The name can't come up. I'm being short in my mind. I can't come. I see his face, but I can't. Ernest Hemingway. He was a really great writer. His writing um, was me personally, I love his writing because it's very simple, but yet profound. And you can tell that he has come across a lot of different information and I feel like the more you know, the more the more simplicity occurs with knowledge, because a lot of times people tend to over embellish because they are it could just be their way of train of thought, but a lot of times people tend to over embellish because they are substituting what they probably don't know. Not necessarily all the time, but I like to just be. For me, I like that's probably why Ernest Hemingway came about, because the simplest the better. I tend to grasp things really quickly, so I don't need a lot of embellishments. A lot of times, the embellishments are the ones that kind of confuses me. So if you are like that, um, you may want to go the simpler route. But yeah, using this stuff and knowing who you are, knowing your divinity, knowing who you are as a person. But me in particular, because I am a woman, I am speaking to women in particular. Of course, men hold their space, but as women, I feel like we are not. I know today's Father's Day, right? But there's a lot of single mothers out here that are playing the father and mother role. There's a lot of us that has only, and men too, has only been brought up from a woman. And even in with that being said, why is it always the woman that will be the one? And I'm not saying that women don't walk away and stuff like that, but I'm just saying, why do you think that women always are the ones to stay? Why are we always the one? When I ain't gonna say we, but why are women in general usually the ones to hold on to a toxic relationship, um, toxic thinking, toxic anything? I believe because once one of the reasons why is because we are creators, and even in the wild, even in the wilderness, you won't see a mother of an animal. She will die for her young. She will sacrifice for her young. You know, when it's time for her to start to nest, she will use her time to. This guy needs to hold his dog. I don't know. Thank God it's a nice year. Now he putting a leash on. He should have been did that, but that's a whole nother thing. Let me mind my business. A woman is the one who will actually hold it down and say, you know what, um, see more in the situation. A lot of times, a child could be the worst thing ever to everybody else, but it be that mother. The mother will hold on. A animal will, while she's pregnant, she'll use all that time to find the best place to give birth and create a safe haven for her young. There's a reason for that. There's a reason for, and she didn't even have the baby yet, because women naturally can sense things whether they had the experience or not. They just know what to do. So why don't we use that same instinct into the vision that we want to create for ourselves, into the lives that we see ourselves having? Do you have any questions? Oh my God, like honestly, the bugs is bugging. The bugs are bugging. Let me see if I got my spray. Wow, of course I didn't, because I went out the house. I made sure I had everything else, but it's okay. It's not, honestly, it's not too hot. It's hot, but it's not too hot. But it's just enough. But let me see, everybody. Okay, hello, hello, hello. So I just want to come by and really share that thought process, because I just feel like with all the things that's happening in the world, it's very easy to be depressed. It's very easy to feel defeated. It's very easy to give up. And I really want to share my experiences. Let me just give you a quick synopsis of me. I worked with people, let's just say, for over 22 years, um, with the youth, with kids. Uh, I have, without tooting, but tooting my own horn, a plethora of experience when it comes to human psychology and dealing with people as well. And these are the things that I find to be a consistent occurrence when people tend to focus on the negative things. Now, you might be at a state where you are already doing the things that I'm suggesting, and finding it frustrating that other people cannot see the things that you are seeing. Number one, a lot of people are not ready to see. A lot of people don't want to see, and usually the frustration comes from people that are close to us. My advice to that would be, don't force anybody to see things from your present perspective. If anything, actions speak louder than words. The way you live your life, the way you move, the way you conduct yourself, the way you hold yourself, um, people will see that. And nine times out of 10, people will want to be next to that. And then next, you know, people would want to learn from that. So never feel like, you know, here it is. Um, this like, you know, I remember when I'm not a vegetarian anymore. Although I don't eat beef, but I was a vegetarian for over like 9 years. And when I first stopped eating meat completely, I was on this crusade of trying to get everybody that was close to me that I cared about to stop eating meat, right? Like, how funny is that? I was trying to get them to stop eating meat. And I found out quickly that you cannot make people do what they are not ready to do. So what did I do? I was never those type of person. I was never the type of person to judge a person's plate. If you had whatever on your plate, the way I looked at it, it was your body. You are consuming whatever you choose to consume, and I am doing what I was doing. And although I was doing that, people would try to get me to eat meat. And after a while, a lot of people started saying to me, you know what, I see the difference in you. I can see, you know, how this is benefiting you. And then years later, the same people that didn't want to stop started asking me for advice on how to stop because they started getting into health issues. I just turned, um, I'm in my 50s, by the way. So in saying that, you know, I'm really grateful that I chose this route of being. It's not only the things that I consume, it's also my mindset. I feel like, again, turning back the hands of time, being not allowing myself to fit in any particular genre because I'm a certain age, or I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. You know, I am who I am and I will always be who I am. I don't really care about a person's point of view. Listen, if they're not paying your bills, if they're not taking care of you, if they're not making any consistent change in your life, you shouldn't care. And even if they are, you should always own and hold on to your belief systems because that's what makes you you, right? So using those thought processes to just honestly, this whole stream is just about helping you or giving, from my viewpoint, how we can use our projections and going back, whether it's backwards or present or forward, to bring forth, to bring life into a present reality. When they were creating buildings, houses, skyscrapers, that was a thought before it became a reality. It wasn't a reality on it wasn't a physical reality before it became a thought. Your thoughts are powerful. Know your power. You know, again, I would also, well, I'm saying again because I had this conversation with somebody, so excuse me. I would also suggest being mindful of the things that not only did you consume, but also the things that you consume, the things that you listen to, the things that you see. There's a reason why we are out in nature. While I am going live with you guys, I'm also receiving energy from the air. I'm also receiving energy from the life force around me. You just seen a dog was literally just jumped on me, but I'm receiving from that. So when I go back to do whatever I choose to do, I have energy. Yes, going to the gym, exercising, doing all of those things are well to do too, but using your surroundings to allow yourself to use that power, that energy to develop within yourself, which allows you to bring forth the things that you want in your life. Money is energy, right? we tend to give what is feeding us, right? So taking that analogy and giving back to yourself as a woman, you should always be giving back to yourself. One of the reasons why a lot of women find themselves to be depleted, depressed, and just drained because we are always giving of ourselves, giving, but not putting back in. I can't give if my cup is empty. I cannot pour into somebody else when my reservoir is dry. I cannot give into um anybody's dreams. Let's just say I wanted to support somebody. How can I be supportive if I'm not even supporting myself? So coming from the perspective of understanding that you are a continuing flow of energy. You are a constant creator. When from the time you wake up, even when you go to sleep, you are still, believe it or not, you are still creating. This is why a lot of times you would hear somebody say journal. Journal before you go to sleep, journal in the morning, and journal at night. That is a really great practice to have because it allows you to continuously project the things that you want. You know, whether you choose to go back in time or forward, you have this ability to create. You have this ability to create. So use that ability. Use what you have generally. Use the things that God has given you, regardless of what you believe in, you know, because honestly, you are a God. We are all created in God's image, right? You are a goddess. You are a queen. In Egypt, in the ancient times, women were held in high regard because of the natural abilities that they have. You know, in some, now I don't know whether I read this somewhere before. I came across this information. I don't know how true it is, but it was said that in one space of time, women were able to uh, bring forth life without the aid of a man. How true is that? Maybe the text was interpreted not in the way it was supposed to be. But if I had to bring it into layman terms, I would say that women were always able to bring something that was nothing into something. Okay. And to this day, it's a fact, right? Think about it. Let me give you an example. There's a lot of people that have came from impoverished situations. Mothers had situations where they didn't have two pennies to rub against, but now this child, Christmas is coming up or a birthday is coming up. Some way, somehow, this mother made it happen. That child will never know the sacrifices that was made to receive the gifts, to receive the meal, to receive whatever they were receiving. But that mother made it happen. How is that? One would say, okay, yeah, she was blessed to receive a job, receive more money, but it was her vision. She had a vision, that mother had a vision of not allowing her current circumstance to determine what was going to happen for her child. Plain and simple, right? And this is not just for women, this is for anybody, but especially women. We have this capability. This is why you find a lot of men that are successful, they always got a beautiful, strong woman behind them. Trust me. You know, President Obama, he knew, well, I'm not going to say president, uh, um, past president, I'm not saying it right, but Obama, he has the Queen Michelle Obama to hold his back. And I'm telling you, I'm sure this man knew the power of having her by his side. Okay, because when all the lights go out, when all the cameras go down, when all the Secret Service and all of the stuff goes away, who's there with him? His wife. And that is his safe haven. This is where he was able to share and be. And she was the anchor for her family, right? A lot of men that are in power, they know the they know that in order to get, because I'm not saying that a man can't be successful without a woman, but if you truly desire true success, you need that you need that feminine quality. Uh you need a woman to complete that. There's no such thing without you cannot have true growth without a woman by your side. You just can't. You just can't. And even if they're not married, trust me, they got somebody. They got a sister, they got an auntie, they got a mother, somebody. There's a woman somewhere there that they are comfortable with that allows them to regenerate. I'm not saying that right. Rejuvenate. I'm gonna say rejuvenate. Rejuvenate? That's not the word I'm looking for, but you gotta see where I'm going with it. They're able to develop in such a way that allows them to take what is already within them, use the seed that is planted in them, because that's what women do. We plant seeds, right? This is why you don't hear you don't hear father nature, right? You don't hear Father Nature. Oh, thank God for Father Nature. No, you hear Mother Nature. There's a reason why it's Mother Nature, because if you go back, all the things that we see, all the grass, the green that's here is because it was seeds that was embedded and then it flourished. Growth, the womb. Everything comes back to that dark space within the womb. This is where things grow. This is why you would hear somebody say, if you have a dream, don't be so quick to tell people what you want in life, because it's an embryo still growing. It's a seed that is still growing within you. You don't share the things that really is sacred to you until you have developed it, right? So this is why you would see somebody pop up. This is why out of nowhere, somebody would make a new record and you didn't even know they was making a record, right? And it's hot because they was in the lab, the womb, cooking. That's when you hear phrases like, "Oh, you was cooking in the lab, cultivating." You are cultivating, and this goes back into your mindset in terms of time, cultivating the things that you know that is true for you. Don't let how much experience you have to do a thing, hold you back. Don't let finances hold you back. You honestly are your biggest issue. Let me tell you guys, when I um realized that, it changed my life, even to this day, because we're human beings. Even to this day, this is something that I hold deep, deep, deep within. I always know that when I close my eyes, when things are getting crazy, because things get crazy, life happens to all of us. I don't come from a place of, I just know that I have the ability to create anything that I want, that I truly want, you know, because once you come from that perspective, it's already done. It's already yours. It's already yours. But guys, I've been on here. I'm about to head out. I want to say thank you. Be sure to check all the links down below. I have some things coming up. Be sure to check all the links down below so you be up to par. Lately, I've been having videos up every Wednesday. It's been going on. So if you want to check out my videos, I'd be so happy. We are growing. Thank you to all my new subscribers as well. Thank you to all the people that are part of this live. I really appreciate you coming and being part of this journey. Let's learn and let's grow together. Happy Father's Day. To anybody that have came across as well that are fathers, and stay blessed, stay in peace, and stay empowered.